What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Today I've got another story time, and this story time is about drugs and the things that drugs can make you do, or they don't make you do it. You're responsible for your own actions. But the things that you do when you're on drugs that you normally wouldn't do that are seem completely fucking illogical and irrational when you're sober. But when you're on drugs, it seems completely normal and like no one will notice. Like it's just pretty fucked up. So this is going to go back to 2000, 2001, something like that, somewhere around there. And this is at the peak of my Oxycontin addiction. So it was right before heroin started, after Nubane. Oxycontins were a hot thing. You could get them all over the place. They were $80 for an 80 milligram pill. You know, I was probably shooting about 2 pills a day, so about $160 worth of Oxycontin a day is what I was using. And, you know, a couple of my buddies were really bad off at the same time. And at this point, we ran out of Oxycontins. So a friend of mine, you know, he would get like 500 Oxycontins from a doctor, fill them at different pharmacies, take half of them, like 250 pills, sell them for like twice the price. I think he was paying like $30 with insurance, make a bunch of money, and then have like 250 Oxycontin 80s for himself, which is quite a bit. Well, he burned through those really quick. He then called the people back and started trying to buy the Oxycontins back for twice what they paid him for them. So he was losing all his money. So then those ran out because those people had been selling to other people and et cetera, blah, blah, blah. So we knew a guy out in Jersey that had some. He said he had like 50 tabs, 100 tabs, whatever it was. He said, I'll overnight mail them to you, fucking wire me the money, blah, blah, blah. So it would be like, I don't know, maybe 14 or 15 hours. We would have to wait more. This is after a 3-day, you know, detox with none of the Oxycontins. We're actually shooting cocaine at this point to try to fucking just not lose our minds. I know, yeah, right. It makes sense, is what I'm saying, right? Makes sense when you're on drugs. Stand back and look at it when you're sober. You're like, what the fuck? You moved to shooting cocaine? Fucking dumb move. So he calls this guy in Jersey and says, we're going to come pick them up. And the guy says, dude, I already mailed them. He says, go to the post office and get the fucking box back. We're on our way. So now what's more shady than a big jacked up bodybuilder in a string tank top coming to mail a box, then coming back an hour later and asking for it back? Say, oh, I made a mistake. Give me the box back. It's loaded with drugs. So it's like you're sitting there going, this is the fucking dumbest move ever. So my buddy comes to pick me up in his truck. He's got like boxes of cookies in the car. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, the sugar will give you a little bit of relief from the withdrawals while we're driving. I was like, whatever. So we were eating the fucking cookies and driving, and it does. Now, this is after Ground Zero happened, so after the trade centers in New York. So we're driving through Ground Zero, looking at all the fucking, you know, rubble and shit, the smoke, and we're like, holy fuck. With one mission only, to get through New York, to get to Jersey, to get our Oxycontins. So we get to Jersey. It takes us about 5.5, 6 hours to get to Jersey. Detoxing, driving in the truck. And we get there, we meet this guy at a fucking parking lot at a gas station. And he's got the fucking package that he got back from the fucking pharmacy. I mean, the post office. It's all wrapped up still. And we proceed to start opening it right there in the parking lot in front of everybody. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, you guys are fucked. My buddy hands him the money. He's like, cool, you know, and they kind of exchange some pleasantries and talk for a few minutes, and the guy bounces the fuck out. We rip the box open. There's a pill bottle inside the fucking box, wrapped all up in these bubble paper and shit. And we pop the fucking top on it and split the pills into like 4 pieces, and then each chew a quarter of it. And within minutes, the withdrawal starts to go away and everything is fine. Now we got to drive back up 95 North. From New Jersey back to Rhode Island with a prescription that's not ours, with like 150 fucking Oxycontin in it, which is illegal. So if we get caught at this time, it would be bad, because then we were detoxing a cell. Bottom line is, it's a huge fucking risk we're taking. We get back to the Rhode Island. There were other people that were acquaintances, friends, whatever, waiting for pills too, because they were detoxing. Everybody was out. You know, my buddy knew he could make some extra money by fucking upping the price on him a little bit, so that, you know, he would be able to, you know, kind of cover some of the losses that he had from the shit that he was buying from the people back again. And the vicious cycle continued. You know, Nubane came back around, and then it didn't even work when you took it, because Oxycontins were so strong that Nubane didn't even cut the withdrawals. Eventually, it wasn't long after that where Oxycontin was very difficult to get, and we moved to heroin. Most of us moved to heroin. And it really wasn't long after that till my buddy that I took that trip with was found dead in his bed by his sister at 24 years old. And I look back and I said, you know, that easily could have been me trying to make that dosage change from Oxycontin to heroin, how much to take, etc. And it's one of those experiences that, you know, when I found out he was dead, I went to the gym, and my buddy was like, "Oh, did you hear about your so-and-so?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, he's all fucked up. What, did he wind up in the hospital? Somebody said, "No, he's fucking dead." Like, I didn't even know he died. I found it at the gym by a buddy of mine. He was just like, "No, man, he's gone. He's dead." And I kind of stepped back and I was like, I just seen him at the mall like a week before. And, you know, being fucked up on drugs and all out of it and shit, he was, you know, really angry about, so I don't even remember what the fuck it was about, but it was like he was really in a bad spot to begin with. And, you know, part of me was like, fuck, this is crazy. The other part of me is like, he's at peace now. Like, he had some serious fucking underlying issues that he would talk about, but bottom line was it was over now. So that's the Route 95 trip to pick up the Oxycontins and how it eventually ended. And all I could say is if you guys are on it or you know somebody that's on it, like, get help. I mean, if not, that's where you're going to wind up. biopsytraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biopsytraining.com is a blog. It's the Get Help Bicep, and we're out.